Yeah, give yourself a few more rocks like that. And then let it go for a moment. Place your feet down onto the mat. Keep your knees bent. Just place your feet down. And very slightly lift the hips up a little bit and shift the hips right and left. Like you're loosening, like you're releasing, just a tiny, tiny bit. Try to make little effort. Relax your jaw, relax any muscles on your face that seem clenched right now. Yeah. And then let the hips come down to center. Let both knees drop over towards your right side. You can adjust the hips a little bit if you feel they're too far over. And then from here, stretch out your top leg. So it should be your left leg that's stretching. Stretch it all the way out to the side, yeah. And then make little tiny circles, little circles with it. This is a little bit of efforting. Try to make sure the left shoulder stays heavy and plugged down. Slow, little, gentle, tiny little circles. I almost can't see them. And go the other way. This is like a little bit of work. That's okay. And now let that foot come down long. So just place it down. And then place your left hand on the left hip. Left hand on the left hip and give it a little massage. The back of the hip, really. The ASIS. Yeah, just as it is. And give it a little rub. And then relax for a moment here. Let it all go. Just be in a twist, the most familiar place. Find your breath. And then slowly move yourself back to center. Give your hips that little wag by lifting them up off the ground ever so slightly. Just letting the hips be heavy as though like all of this energy is just pulling into them and you're doing this gentle movement, redistributing that energy. Then let your hips come down when they're closer to the right this time. Won't make the same mistake twice, at least not right now. And let the legs drop over to the left. Yeah. And then stretch the right leg out towards the left. Just let it stretch first. I usually feel like crazy feeling. Put it towards the ground, Carmen. I can't really see it, but the leg is towards the ground for a moment. And then go ahead and begin your circles. Gentle little circles. Make them as small as you can make them. Nearly imperceptible. And circle the other way. And then keep that leg long, let it come down. Oh, lucky Louise has a prop under her foot, so that's working out really well for her. Place the right hand on the back of your right hip, on top of the PSIS, the posterior kind of upper ridge of your hip, and massage the lower back. And then come into the most familiar twist, here, whatever feels good. Relax the hands. Let the gaze turn away from the knees. Now, take a big deep breath in. Feel length along the right side body. Big inhale. And exhale. Welcome, Miriam. Draw your knees into your chest once more. Into the center. Lift your hips up, do that same thing. And then place your feet back down. Feet back down on the mat. And then take a big inhale. Lift the hips like a bridge pose, actually. A kind of bridge pose. Firm into your feet, lift your hips, and now stretch your arms up overhead. So whatever energy we might have loosened in the lower back and the heart can flow upward. Big inhale, stretch through your fingers. Press the back of your skull, the part of the skull that protrudes out into the ground. So there's some movement of your chin away from your chest. Inhale and exhale here. So full cycles of breath. Don't hold your breath. Stay up. Inhale. Press into the inner edges of your feet. Feel the kneecaps lifting so the hips get a little higher, like you're really tilting this energy into your heart. And then slowly allow yourself to peel down one vertebrae at a time. Really accentuate it, like you can feel those little spinal processes coming down onto the ground. Beautiful. Then let your hands rest on your belly, no rush when you get there. Feel your inhale smooth into the belly. Imagine all of this energy pooling into this space. Prana, this life force that flows within you. And exhale. Just take a few mindful breaths where you're really thinking about the energy coming from this root source and flowing through you here. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika, which is one of the 3 foundational texts of yoga, like many others, explain to us, the author explains to us that we have to allow movement in our body before we can get our mind to this place where all thoughts cease. And I think we're not in a world configuration where we can get to all thoughts ceasing, but every now and then, I think we can, if we allow ourselves to be more fluid with the energy in our body. And I think of the metaphor of a stick getting stuck under stones in a river. And that stick could stay there for a week, for a month, for a year, for a century. And I think we can also be stuck in one particular place, which may be fine and may serve. But through this practice, maybe we can find some different ways of moving the energy, some different ways of being and inhibiting in our bodies, both on and off the mat. Gently rock over to your side. Take an inhale. With your exhale, use your hands to press yourself upward. And come into a comfortable seat. In your comfortable seat, give yourself a few rocks. Leaning forward, you can allow your hips to come up, giving a little lean backwards, feeling transverse abdominis, pull you back forward. Strong hip flexor, the psoas. And go ahead and spin the other way. And then allow the center of gravity to pull you towards the middle. So like you feel pulled into the center. Let your eyes, well, hang on, look at this for just 1 second and then let your eyes close. We'll do this one, no, it's this one. Prana Mudra, which looks like this, So index fingers together, touch the last 2 fingers with your thumb, Prana Mudra. Now you can close your eyes, now that you all know Prana Mudra, if you didn't already. Let that rest upward on your knees. Press your hips down, like actively pull the base of your spine longer. So you can almost feel the coccyx pulling in towards your heels. And then press your heels wherever they are, a little more towards the pubis. So you're tightening the space between the back edge of your body and the front edges of your body. And then relax any tension that might have created. Take a big inhale. Slowly sigh the breath out your mouth. Inhale. Sigh the breath out your mouth. This time, close your mouth, but keep a strong and heatful inhale. And think of the points where your thumb are touching your pinky and ring fingers. And just imagine the flow of energy, like watch the pulsation jumping through that very touch point from the edges of your thumb, the edge of your thumb to the edges of your fingers, and looping around and expanding all throughout the surface of your skin. And then release the mudra. Keep your eyes closed or open them if you need to see me. And then bring your hands to the top of your feet and just begin using your 2 hands to massage up the right side of your legs. So like we're pulling energetically the skin and the muscle apart. But actually, it's energetic and physical because you're doing it with your fingers. And then begin to go up your leg. Feel into any tight space with pinchy hands, pinch hands. Yeah, and you can undo the leg a little bit if you need to get on the bottom side. The position is blocking you. Really pinch the skin, pull the skin away from the muscle away from the bone. Then go ahead, shake out that leg and switch legs. So I have to pull my left foot out from underneath me. Begin pinching and pulling the skin away from the bone, the skin away from the muscle, so that we're actually creating space for this fascial layer. So fascia that coats all of muscles, but also individual muscle fibers, to create more space, more room for fluidity. And that's not a metaphor. That is actually what this type of massage does, which I think is a nice practice to have. Shake out that leg. And then go ahead, pinch up the sides of your body a little bit, not getting too involved. Pull, so it's really a pulling action. So I'm pulling, like you can see with my shirt, I'm pulling the skin away. And then come up to your left or right arm. Pinch around the tricep, the bicep, give it a pull. All the way down your forearm. You can pull your fingers long. Shake it out, switch arms. You might feel tingling. I definitely feel tingling in my legs. This is something I practice pretty regularly and I still feel it, so there's always stuff to be moved. Yeah, pull the fingers. Pull the back of your neck, give yourself a little massage there. So really press in and pull out and up, out and up, out and up. Go up the back of your neck. Try to pull the little ridge of the part of your cranium where it's connecting to the neck. Suboccipital ridge, the muscles around your neck that relax your jaw, and then pull a little bit on the jawline. Pinch a little bit around the cheeks. Pull the eyebrows up and away, up and away. Then come to your hairline and give yourself a rub. Yeah. And then give it a full body shake with the arms, shake with the legs. Place your feet down in front of you. And then we're going to put our right hand behind us and press a little bit. So have the elbow healthfully bent. Point your fingers down behind you and give yourself like a half reverse tabletop. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Facing over towards the right. Your hand down, lower and lift. Reach the arm. And switch sides so that the hips come down. Place the other hand with the fingers facing back behind you. Lift and lower the hips again. One more. And then come back, bum down, feet down. Walk yourself forward. Lean your weight forward so that you're in a little squat, and then come into a forward fold. So in the Yoga Hatha Yoga Pradipika, the ultimate posture is Paschimottanasana, which is a variation of a forward fold, right? It's a forward fold seated, because it's the posture where we're even and effortless. But there's much work to be done to get there. Bend your knees a little bit, bend one knee and the other knee. Let yourself alternate, keeping the head heavy like a weight that allows you to swing through a pendulum. Make sure you have a little bend in the knees. Exhale all your breath comes out. Lift through the pelvic floor, so get some bandha in there. I think most of you are familiar with bandha work, so squeeze the mula bandha. And then use that squeeze to slowly peel yourself all the way up to standing. Take a moment once you arrive, no rush to get there. And shake out each hand once you get there, like there's just energy dripping off your hands. I sometimes get that sense. Just let that energy flow through you, that energy through your fingertips. And then inhale, stretch your arms up, look up. Exhale, cross the right hand. See if I do this mirror. The right hand behind the left hand. Press the palms together and then step the right leg across in front of the left leg. And then lean over towards your left. Take a big breath here. Make sure that the left hip point that's kind of being pressed back will come forward. So even though your hip points won't be in a perfect straight line across, try to get them there. You might need to bend the back knee a little bit to help in that. So make sure that you're not resisting by keeping that back knee straight. Let the ear drop towards the shoulder. Tilt the gaze up towards the top armpit, the right armpit. Inhale. And then exhale, come to center. Press back with the hands so you give yourself a bit of a heart opening from the upper chest. So lift the ribcage up, look up. And then exhale, keep the legs crossed. Hands come down to the ground. Inhale, look up halfway. Your feet, your ankles are crossed. Exhale, step the left leg way to the back, to the right edge of your mat. Crossing the left leg back to the right. Let the left knee come down. You can be on fingertips on your right hand and open the left arm up. So you're in a cross with your leg. So your right leg is over to the left, left leg over to the right. Left arm is up. Big inhale. And then reach that top arm towards the front of your mat. If you're getting into the side body, you're pulling, it might be stuck on the lower back away. Pull the crown of the head towards the fingertips. And then exhale, left hand comes down. Step the left ankle back, but keep it in front of the right ankle. So your legs are crossed in a pretty neutral downward facing dog. So the right leg is in front of the left leg. Right leg over to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then this time, come forward towards the plank. Keep the legs crossed. And then pull the shoulder blades back. So you're coming into like a manual up dog. So you just feel the shoulder blades retracting on your back. That's it. Lift the belly and give a little support to the lower back. Exhale back to down dog. Then bring the left leg all the way up towards the front of the mat and then step it all the way towards the right hand. So this time the right leg is crossed over to the left. Let the right knee come down. And then lift the right arm up. So again, your legs are crossed on the mat. The left foot is over to the right foot is long behind you over to the left. And the right arm is up, look up. And then pull the right arm forward towards the front of your mat. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release the fingertips down, step the right foot behind the left foot, forward fold, your feet are crossed. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold in a little deeper, bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, all the way up. Arms come up overhead. And then we'll switch this time, so you'll step the left foot in front of the right foot. Draw the arms all the way over to your right. Let the gaze turn up, like you're going to be able to see your armpit. Pull the back of the head long towards the bottom arm. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands come through center, heart opening, lift the rib cage up, pull the front body long, pull the front of the hips long, feel the top of the glutes lift on your back to support that work. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, come halfway up. And with your exhale, it's the right leg that will step all the way back to the left corner of the mat. Lower the knee down. And this time we'll lift the opposite arm up. So lift the left arm up. You can come onto fingertips on the right hand. If you have a block, you can place a block under there. Now this time, bend the elbow, catch the back of your head, and then lean open towards the right. Inhale. Breathe into the left lung, like really feel that energy pulling from the lower body into the lungs. Take a big deep breath. And then exhale, reach the left arm forward to the front of the mat, put it back down. Step the left leg back towards the back of your mat so your legs are crossed in a dog. Inhale, once again, come forward to a plank. Exhale. Inhale, just with the arms, keeping the engagement through a plank. Retract the shoulder blades. So pull the shoulder blades together on your back. That's going to put you into like a tiny, tiny little up dog. Look forward, look down the bridge of your nose and forward in front of your mat. Feel the abdominal walls picking up. And then exhale back to a dog. Big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Unravel the right leg, step it all the way across to the left hand. Let the left knee come down. The left foot should be over to the right. Inhale. And from here again, it's a twist. So the left hand is going to reach up. Bend the left elbow. Lean yourself up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the hand down. Step the right foot back, the left foot rather, back behind the right foot, forward fold. Inhale, slowly peel yourself all the way up to standing. Arms come up. Lean back once again. And exhale, hands come down, unravel the feet, Tadasana. Again, shake whatever might be moving through the body. Give yourself some bounces. We're going to make these bounces a little more intentional, a little deeper, so it's kind of like you're bouncing into a chair. You can do strong exhales if you need to let something go here. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Come to Ardha Utkatasana. So it's a low chair with your belly draped onto your thighs. Then maybe lift your heels up a little bit here. Inhale. Exhale, lower the heels. So the belly is low towards the thighs. In fact, it's touching the thighs if you can. Even lower, everybody. Even lower, even lower, even lower. Heels down. One more. Stretch long. Pull the low back through the middle finger. Get it that long. Pull the heels back to the back of your mat. And then allow your heels to come down and find a malasana. A little squat. Heels can be up. If you want to give additional cushion under your heels, you can always roll your mat up a little bit to give yourself some space. And from here, we're going to drop the right knee down to the inside of the left thigh and pick it back up. And vice versa. You can make prayer with your hands. You're not awkwardly standing there, or if you need balance, you can have these kind of awkward arms that I have going on here. Do that a few times. Internal rotation, juicing hips. And then come to center. Walk your hands forward. Lift the hips, stretch the lower back. Give yourself some butt shakes. And then from here, walk back towards your squat. And we're going to step, crunchy one, the right leg over to the right. So I'll mirror you guys. The right leg over to the right. And then point the toes behind you and in front of you. Behind you and in front of you. I hope you're all smiling doing this. Behind you and in front of you. Behind you and in front of you. All right, hardest part, you can push hard into your hands and lean forward to help. We're going to bring that foot back to where it was. Other side. So go ahead, same toe wiggle. Draw that rainbow with your toes. And so it might not go that far back. Make a little effort to get to your end range of external rotation, especially. It's a bit tricky in this position. Yeah. All right, ready for the hardest part? Look forward. Try not to make a funny face. You can. Okay, I did. All right, from here, Malasana, yogic squat. Elbows into knees, lift the chest up, get long and tall. Get the suction of the pelvic floor, like you're pulling the prana in again to your bottom part. And then from here, let the right tricep touch the inner right thigh, and right hand come to the outside of the right foot. Stretch the left arm up. Look up towards the left fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. Press heavy into the left foot. And come all the way up to standing with the thigh to the outside of the arm. Inhale here, balance. Exhale. Catch the right foot. Sorry, I'll mirror you. Catch the right foot. Hook the right ankle to the outside of the left thigh. Sit down into a funky chair. Inhale. So not a tree, Vivian. Put the foot to the outside of the thigh. There you go. And then press the hips back. Press the hips back. Sit down. Inhale. Exhale. And once again, just like we did in Ardha Utkatasana, you'll draw the belly onto the thigh. Might not get there. Inhale. Then exhale. Press yourself all the way back up. Open the leg out to the right. Catch the right knee with the right hand. You can place the left hand on your hip. Try to lower the knee a little bit, Carmen. Lower it a little bit, Louise. And everybody can benefit from pulling the left hip in and standing up a little bit higher on the left foot. Yeah. So the knee, look, you'll see the knee is in line with my hip, not higher. Inhale. Exhale. Right arm comes up. You're just holding it there. Inhale. Lift through the belly. Find the pelvic floor to strengthen and lengthen the hip flexors that are working very hard here. Inhale. Exhale, knees come to the front. Catch it with your hands. Again, pull the left thigh in. Get a little bit higher, a little bit taller, more buoyant. Pull the crown of the head long. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. No hands. Hands come forward. I'm just switching to the right leg. Lean forward. And then from here, warrior three. Stretch the back leg back. It's okay if the knee is bent. It's okay if both knees are bent. It's okay if your hands are on your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let your hands come down to the ground. If you have blocks, you're doubly lucky. Inhale. Exhale. Try to look under you to see the right toes. So the right toes don't need to be that far up off the ground, but try to see them in your line of vision and pull the heel even further back behind you. Inhale. And then slowly let the right leg come all the way back behind you into a low lunge. Let the right knee drop down. Yeah. So make it a really big lunge. So make a lot of space in between the back leg, in the back knee and the front knee. Hand, like your fingertips can just touch the ground if you have blocks around. Blocks are nice to have. And then we'll inhale the arms up overhead. Cross the wrists again like we did in the beginning. And this time you'll lean over towards your left. Gaze under towards your right armpit. Maybe it's starting to smell because we're warming up. Yay, our bodies function. Inhale. Exhale through center. Inhale, lean back. So get into the heart. Really press the chest forward. Rather than focusing on moving the elbows back, because I'm hypermobile, I like to squeeze my head to make sure I'm not overextending through my shoulders, and use the energy through my ribs, through my upper belly to pull up and away from the right thigh. Inhale. And then exhale, the right toe up to the sky. Like think king pigeon, but don't do king pigeon. Just feel the stretch along the quadriceps, the hip flexors releasing. Let the right hand come down to the ground and reach the left hand back. Pull in the left foot. Inhale, try not to be so heavy on the front fingertips or the front palm. Maybe practice reaching it up and off the ground. And if you'd like to come a little bit deeper, you can come towards forearm. Forearm doesn't have to be down. You'll see mine is like playing with that. If not, you're on your fingertips. But one more thing I'd like to add here is that you really right now pull your torso forward, like you're coming into an up dog towards the ground, or a cobra rather. Yeah, so pull it forward, pull it forward, pull it forward. Inhale, smile. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release the back leg. Walk back a little bit so you're kind of in an Ardha Hanuman, but not like a big one. And just let it go. Let that energy pump through. So come in, lengthen the front leg and bend it a little bit, but to neither extreme. Just pump whatever energy we pulled and stretched out. One more breath, inhale. Tuck your back toe. Look forward. Step the right foot towards the right hand. Find a malasana. Squat pose. Inhale here. Exhale, stretch the arms forward, round the back. Give yourself a little feather shake with the booty. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, left tricep comes to the inside of the left thigh. Left hand to the outside of the left foot. Stretch the right arm up in space, look towards it. Yeah, so try to keep it in line with your shoulder. So Vivian, bring it forward a little bit, forward, forward, and out. Not back, but out. Yeah. Towards that, I don't know, window or lamp or whatever's over there. Yeah. And Carmen, same with you. Try to keep the thumb in line, in the line of vision. Yeah, so you're not extending back as much. Inhale, very nice. Exhale, from here, look towards the right foot. Magic transition to standing. Step on the right foot, lift the left knee all the way up to standing. Woohoo! Yeah, might be too much of a quick one sometimes. The left knee to standing, inhale, we're not gonna be here forever. Draw the left foot across the right thigh. Find your funky chair. The hands can come to the hips if you're feeling wobbly, like take a minute, stabilize yourself, and then pull your hips back behind you. Pull your feet long and back behind you. Dorsiflex the toes so they're down towards the ground. Very nice. And go ahead, sit in your chair, sit in your funky chair. Sit in it, yeah. And then stretch the arms long, try to bring the belly towards the inner thigh of the left leg. No need to go super far, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, press into the right foot, come to standing. Catch the left knee with your left hand. Open the left knee out towards the left. Try not to hike it up. Try to keep it in line with the left hip. And then press into the right foot. Get taller on your right side and hug the right hip in. Even more, Carmen. Squeeze the right hip to your midline. You're coming up, Vivian, all the way to standing. Back up. Left knee out towards the left. There you go. Inhale. Lift the hands off of the knee, just balance. Let the psoas do its work. Strong hip flexion. Inhale, getting the quadriceps involved, the external rotation. The glutes involved, holding it here, gluteus medius. And then draw the knee to the front. Hand can come back on it, use some support. And then both hands up to the sky. Both hands up to the sky. Begin reaching forward as though you're going to touch your chest to your knee. Slowly, 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 slowly. And then press the left leg all the way behind you for Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Take your time, hands can be on the hips. Inhale, hug the right hip in, even more, Louise. Hug it in, hug it in, hug it in. Get onto the inner edge of the right foot on the ground. Feel that pressing into the ground, the inner right heel. And then hands come down to the ground slowly. Yeah, look under you. That back leg doesn't need to be high, but I'd like you to take a look at it so you can make sure it's staying in line with the left hip. Yeah. You have blocks under your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Get long, long, long through that back heel. And then with control, let the left leg come all the way back behind you. Land it all the way back. Come into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana style. And then from here, arms crisscross, whatever feels the unnatural way. So for me, it's the left hand behind the right arm. And then lean over towards your right. I like to tuck the back toes, but you could also release them down. That will stretch even more. Try to lift the gaze towards the armpit. On the left side, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to center. Lean back, give yourself a heart opening. Peel the ribs away from the right side. So try to create space for yourself. And don't worry about dropping the head back too much. I think everybody might benefit from trying to squeeze the head with your arms. I think that's a nice trick to really help this opening come from the abdomen and the upper chest. And then from here, if it feels okay, if it's not too hard on the knee, bend the left knee, point the toes up to the sky. Think king pigeon, like a Padaraja Kapotasana. Just think it. Imagine the energy coming from the big toe and this beautiful arc up to the middle finger, encircling all through your body with all of its colors and powers. And then from here, let the left hand come down to the ground. Maybe come onto fingertips. If you have a block, grab a block, reach back behind you. Catch the left foot with your right hand. Make sure that the right shoulder isn't coming up towards your ears. You want to pull the shoulder back so the armpit lifts up a little bit. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You have an opportunity to make this a little bit deeper. You could just stay where you are as well. If you want to go a little bit deeper, then you would come towards a forearm on the left forearm towards the ground. But it doesn't need to happen, and you don't need to put the left forearm on the ground if that's something you're interested in trying. And maybe think about just like bouncing there. So there's movement. So we're pulling something, but we're also allowing for the fascia to get this 10, I think it's called 10, I'm not going to say the word because it's not the right word, but it describes the dynamic movement of fascia, which with more pulling and pulling, it itself becomes more liquid, like cornstarch. If you leave it in water, it doesn't move, but if you mix it, it starts to move again. Fascia has a similar quality. And then begin to pull the torso forward. That's the one thing I do ask you to do. Pull it forward, pull it forward, pull it forward. The foot is obviously going to come with you to some extent. Relax the face, smile. I could scream in this posture, but I'm not doing that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, let the foot go. Walk back to your fingertips. And this time we're going to simply step. Oh wait, sorry, one more thing. Yeah, of course. And then from here, straighten the right leg. Halfway, like not totally straight. And we'll do our half Hanuman bounces. Breathe through it. Maybe close your eyes. Think of your fingertips pressing onto the ground. Imagine them like little points of energy. Exchanging, transferring, moving energy between the shell of your skin and everything beyond it. Then come to stillness at the front, hands come to the ground, and from here, draw the right knee back towards the left knee. Inhale for a cow pose. Exhale for a cat pose. Inhale and exhale. Step the right leg back, step the left leg back, come into a plank. Press the ground away with your plank. Inhale. Exhale. Come a little further forward. Inhale. The shoulders are over the hands. Pull the heels back. Lift the belly up. Find that Mula Bandha, that engagement from the pelvis, the pelvic floor that we had a little bit earlier. And notice that that engagement automatically lifts the abdominal wall up a little bit to Uddiyana Bandha. These energetic locks that also help to control the movement of prana in our body. Come to the outside of the right foot, side plank Vashisthasana. And then from here, either kickstand, if you're in more of a kickstand mode these days, totally up to you. So that would be the left foot kicking in front. Otherwise, stack the feet. And option 3, catch the left knee, open the left knee up towards the sky. So if this isn't something you've practiced in a while and you're not up for it, probably don't do this and stay in kickstand. Wherever you are, keep lifting the right hip high. Inhale. And then from here, if you do have the knee, hook the right foot across the left thigh. So you come into what we did standing, the standing pigeon. And if you don't have that, everybody come into plank. The left foot is across the right thigh. Inhale here. And then exhale, down dog with this pigeon leg. Inhale. Exhale. Delicious relaxed pigeon, unfortunately. Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. So come forward. Sorry, froze for a second. Come forward with the right leg towards the pigeon. But keep that back knee up off the ground and then walk your fingertips back. And we're doing an active pigeon here. So reach the arms up, lift the hips up, lean back. Inhale. Exhale. It's a lot of work. Inhale, press off the right thigh. Exhale, even higher, press off the left thigh. You have the left leg in front of you. And then exhale, lower the right knee down behind you and point the right toes up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hands come down, back leg comes down. You got yourself a sleeping pigeon. Find your breath. Maybe wiggle your hips a little bit from right to left before you settle in completely. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let your mind slow, let the breath slow. Inhale and exhale. Pull the fingers long in front of you. Pull your right toe long behind you like we did on our backs just as we started. And imagine now this arc of energy coming from the tip of the middle fingers, meeting at the big toe on the back of your foot, and then take a big breath, lock your hands back, up dog your body. So lift the chest, find a little up dog in that space, i.e. pigeon. Inhale. And then exhale, come forward to press yourself out of that posture. Coming back towards the plank. Take a minute to unwind. Inhale and exhale. Take a down dog. Press back, press hips high. And again, imagine those points of energy in your fingers. Press down through your thumbs and your index fingers and pull the middle fingers heavy and long in your down dog. Pull the hips back behind you. Find length if you can. So bring the shoulders, close the armpits a little bit, bring the shoulders down, like up and away from your ears. So towards your hips. Press heavy into the thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, find ease. Inhale. And now find strength again in the posture, so re-engage. I think almost everybody I can see can use a little more space between the hands and the feet. And then come forward towards the plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, find length here again. So maybe exaggerate and walk the hands a little further forward and the feet a little further back. If you practice this a lot, just to feel what a little more length would look like. Now we're trying to coax that energy, coax it to expand in every space of your body. From here, you'll come onto the outer edge of the left foot, find Fascia. Decide what variation you'd like. If you want to kickstand, not kickstand. I would say, Louise, it's hard for me to tell, but I have the sense that you could come down and then walk your left hand further forward, so you have a little more space for the shoulder to wrap back. Yes, forward towards the front of your mat. Yeah, and then pull the shoulder head back in space behind you towards the wall. Yeah, very nice. And now the work is keeping the right hip facing forward in line with the left hip. Yes. Inhale. I think I can see that from here. Probably can't, but it looks like it. Exhale. From here, the right knee bends if you'd like. If you're kickstanding, just kickstand and keep the left hip lifting, the right hip lifting rather. If you want to catch the right knee in your hand, you catch the right knee in your hand. Everybody pull the left shoulder blade down your back. Pull the left shoulder blade down your back. You might need to put your leg down for that. Sorry, I won't make you do too many things in this posture if you're just curious about feeling it in your body. Inhale, one more breath. And exhale. Let's get to this differently. Hands come down in a plank. Hook the left leg across the right thigh. Sorry, hook the right thigh across the left. Hook the right ankle across the left thigh. There we go. You guys know what it is. Come forward in a plank, forward in a plank, forward in a plank. Lift the knee away from the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the feet as they are, down dog. Pull the hips back. So imagine somebody's there to give you that adjustment. The hips pulling back, press strongly into your hands. And then from here, look forward and bring the right knee towards the hands into a pigeon pose. Slide it forward, but keep the back knee up off of the ground. Walk your hands back. So it's a lot of work. Press off the outer right shin. Feel the glutes lifting. Inhale, reach the arms up, 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 up. Exhale, stretch the arms over towards the right. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, lower the left knee down, point the left toes up towards the sky. Squeeze the ears with your inner arms. Think Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Inhale. And whenever you're ready, let the back leg come down. Slowly lower yourself into a sleeping pigeon. Notice your breath. Pull it long to your left toes. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika tells us that when our body is in a state in which we have no resistance, so in which that stick stuck under rocks in a river is just flowing freely and constantly, the thoughts of the mind cease, and there's no more effort to breathe, no more shortness of breath. We have the fullest breath we can possibly have without thinking about it. So right now, think about it. It also talks about levitation and all other sorts of things that are hard to envision, for me anyway, doing in this lifetime. But I can try breathing fully and deeply. So try to make a big, all-encompassing breath here, as though you're breathing from every pore of your body, all the surface area of your organs. Fill yourself with breath. And notice how big the inhale is and how big the exhale is, and they're equal parts of the breath. And then from here, stretch your fingertips long, stretch the big toe long. Look forward. Get a little bit of up dog action in the upper body. And then with your exhale, we'll get out of this a little bit differently. Put your forearms to the ground. Lean over towards your right feet to your left side, so you can slide your right leg out from under you and just come into a Sphinx pose from there. Give yourself a few shakes of the hips. From here in Sphinx, press all 10 fingers actively down into the ground and imagine that they're pulling back towards your knees. Lift the belly, lift the heart, inhale. And then with your exhale, point the toes up to the sky and maybe touch the toes together and try, if you can, to lift the thighs up off of the ground. Don't worry if you can't. Inhale. Keep dragging isometrically, your hands back, lift the belly, lift Mula Bandha, gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, cross the ankles, reach the hands back so the opposite hand catches the opposite foot for a Dhanurasana. Pull the shoulders back in space, inhale. Maybe give yourself a rock, forward and back. Then switch the feet to the opposite. Foot crosses on top. Same thing. Let your feet go. Come back down onto your bellies. Stretch your arms out in line with your shoulders. So hands out to opposite sides. Keep the right shoulder as is, right arm as is. Begin to walk the left hand in towards the left armpit. Keep the right arm as is and turn onto the right side of the body. Step the left foot in front. Find a T-shaped twist. If you'd like to step the left foot behind your right leg, you could also do that. It's a little more intense that way. But make sure the top of your right shoulder head is on the ground. Inhale. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, come back onto your belly. Same thing, so stretch the left arm out in line with the shoulder. Look over towards your right hand and then walk the right hand in towards your armpit. Come all the way to the left side of your body. And the right foot can be on the inside or it can be on the outside. Inhale. Exhale fully. Inhale. Exhale back into your belly. Hands come back onto your bellies. Hands come underneath your shoulders and press yourself to a child's pose. Let the forehead come down to the ground. Arms can be in front of you. In keeping with this theme of pulling the energy, really coaxing the energy, coaxing the pranic movement. Let your breath be full in the front body as it is in the back body. Take a big inhale. Sigh out through your mouth. Take an inhale once again to stretch through the fingers and begin to walk yourself up. Come to sit on your heels. Then from here, shift your hips over, allow your legs to fan in front of you. And here we go, guys. Paschimottanasana, the big posture of today. Inhale, reach the crown of the head, up, up, up. Reach the arms, up, up, up. You can have the knees bent also, like a little bit off of the ground. If there's too much pulling, it might be nicer to start here. And then drape the ribs onto the thighs and reach the hands forward. So first connect the ribs to the thighs, even if you can comfortably do Paschimottanasana without the knees bent. So correct my instruction. Let the head begin to roll down so chin comes towards the chest and you stretch out the back of the neck. Imagine you're trying to touch the forehead to the knees. And then from here, if you'd like, you can begin to stretch the legs long. But maybe you wouldn't like to do that, and maybe you're just enjoying the comfort of connecting the thighs to the body, being energetically closer, letting that energy exchange happen here. And just like we shook our energetic fingers off in the beginning, imagine that energy just dripping from your third eye, spilling down and comforting you. And maybe you can imagine like a saran wrap, like plastic wrap, or that reusable wax paper, taking the form of your body here and the edges of it sticking around you, like you're covering a bowl. And it holds you down and secures you. And then imagine in the dome of that space it's covering, this orb of energy, this pulsation of energy, completely embodying and imbibing all that is, which is you, which is me, which is all of us. Inhales and exhales are smooth. Get heavier and heavier into this space. So you can imagine that plastic wrap coming more closely to your form. If you notice you're efforting in your arms, feel free to lengthen the fingers away from you. If you lose your mind somewhere else, bring it back to the breath. And try to watch cycles of energy move through the body like waves. From the toes, up the back of the legs, up the back to the crown of the head. Cycling around. Filling this compact space. Filling this orb of energy. And breathe it in with every pore of your body. And exhale it out with every pore of your body. If there's any efforting, let it go. And then slowly here, begin to come back into the body. Open the eyes if the gaze has been closed. And use your hands and maybe an extra bend in your knees to lift yourself back towards Dandasana and sitting. And as you come upright, really sit up. Pull the shoulders back in space. Reach the arms up overhead. And then bend the knees and allow yourself to drag your way onto your back. There is a little secret ab work involved here. You can feel free to let the hands come to the backs of the knees. Once you arrive on the earth, draw the knees into the chest. Don't use your hands, keep your arms where they are, either up overhead or towards the sides, and rock your knees side to side without actually touching the knees to the ground, like you're about to go into a twist, but you don't hold it. Keep that fluidity, keep that tensegrity, that's the word I was looking for earlier. The dynamic movement of the fascia. And maybe begin to make circles with the knees so that the feet come towards the ground but don't touch. So there's a tiny bit of abdominal engagement. And then circle in the opposite direction. And then come to center, draw the soles of the feet together, hold them there with your hands in a Supta Baddha Konasana with your hands pulling the feet together. Roll the lower back onto the ground and see if you can perceive that tiny, tiny space between the lumbar and the ground, where the lumbar curve sees away from the ground. And then from here, open your arms and your legs out to opposite directions. Stretch yourself long like a star in 5 directions. Crown of the head pulls long. Right arm, right foot to the right. Left arm, left foot to the left. Inhale. And then place your feet down on the ground and make your way to Savasana. If there's anything you'd like to do in your Shavasana before you get into Shavasana, make sure it's a more comfortable and quiet space. Go ahead and do that. If your lower back is tender, you can always bend your knees in Shavasana or put a bolster underneath your knees or a block or a blanket or anything you have, a towel. Get yourself very comfortable. And arriving here first, get that same sense of energy dripping off your body. But this time imagine like it's sticky nectar, sticky amrita, that's sticking you to the ground in a quiet space. And let your mind go in the sense that it can just be still. You're no longer pulling on any strings, and if you are stuck in the river like me, you're just flowing. No resistance, just flowing effortlessly. If the mind pulls away, it gets stuck under a rock. Gently lift the rock up and let it flow. Cats know when we're relaxed. Let whatever you have to go, go one more time. If you'd like to stay in Savasana, you can completely ignore the rest of this. If you'd like to come out of it with me, then begin to lengthen your breath and deepen it. Lengthen your awareness to the tips of your toes, to the crown of your head, and in all directions beyond you, outside of you. Use this recognition of awareness to be aware that each and every one of us is just trying to figure it out, is just trying to do the best we can. We're all compilations of coping mechanisms, of experiences we asked for, we didn't ask for, we reacted well in, we didn't react well in. We're all just trying to do our best, and let that idea of compassion, idea of sameness, regardless of what it looks like, be something that you might carry with you off of the mat. And from here, stretch your arms long, toes in the opposite direction. Unless you're busy comforting an animal, or an animal is busy comforting you. And then draw your hands to your face. And instead of pinching this time, gently rub the eyebrows away from the nose. Draw the fingertips onto the temples, make some circles. Draw the hands back to the occipital ridge. Massage there. And then let your fingers expand and scratch your whole hairline. Draw your hands back down your neck. Cover your eyes and then rock yourself over to your right side if you need a little more waking, to your left side if you're in Tokyo and need to go to sleep shortly hereafter. Take the time on your side if you feel like coming into your side to hug in, to create that cycle once again, that small space of energy. Let it expand outward. And keeping the mind quiet and the body as still as you can, make your way up to a seated posture. Find, if you remember, prana mudra, so first and second finger touch thumb. Let the palms rest down this time. And take a breath here to notice the quality of your thoughts. Hopefully there's a softness to them. The quality of your breath. Hopefully there's a smoothness to it. And anything energetic you might be able to pick up. Maybe that sense of dripping, maybe more an electrical sense, maybe a pulsation, whatever it is. Maybe it's not there, that's okay. Notice. Take a big inhale to draw your hands to Anjali Mudra at your heart. And then exhale to free your breath. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. And close your mouth. Take one last breath here with me. Well, hopefully many more, but just one for this practice. And notice if there's anything else, anything from this practice you want to remember, you want to repeat, or you want to let go of. May you carry whatever that is with you, in whatever way it serves you. May we practice together soon. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for practicing. It's beyond amazing to see you and Kitty. I hope you feel great. Imagine to this way.